At its base, I always say this to people in the industry. An announcer is an announcer, so an announcer announces. And I say that because when you go through this business, right now I work for a country radio station. Does that mean I can never work for a rock radio station or an easy listening radio station or a talk radio station? Absolutely not, because in fact, I was doing news and talk for about 10 years before I came over and started doing country. So that's why I go back to an announcer is an announcer, and their job is simply to announce. It is vastly different though, particularly going from a talk radio environment to a music-based environment, because in talk, you're going on for 12 to 15 minutes at a stretch by yourself if nobody's phoning you or you don't have a co-host, and you are filling that time strictly by talking. In music-based radio, of course, the star of the show is the music, so you have to make sure that you are filling the time between songs, but you don't get 12 to 15 minutes to make your point, you get about 2 or 3 minutes to make your point. So that's the biggest difference. I was used to being able to talk in great long strokes for many, many minutes at a time, and now I have to kind of edit myself and get it down to something that's concise and get to my point more quickly so people can get back to the music, because really that's what they come to the radio station for. One of the most quirky things that's ever happened on the air. One of my favorites was actually related to doing some work in TV. And so we were doing a live TV show for Rogers TV out of their studio in Guelph. And I don't know what actually had gone wrong, but your job as the on-air talent is to make sure that you keep the show on the air. So we were talking to the camera in our studio, and something had gone wrong to the point that the producer had to come out from the control room into the studio and crawl underneath the view of the camera. So of course the viewer didn't know he was there. And whatever he was doing, he was crawling around at my feet, playing with cables, doing something. I could feel him there, I could see him out of my peripheral vision, but of course I can't acknowledge that it's happening because I have to stare at a camera and continue with the TV show. That was probably one of the strangest experiences. To this day, I have no idea what that man was doing at my feet, and it's probably for the best that I don't know.